Hi Stampers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make this beautiful Christmas card. We're going to do the Emboss Resist technique. So this is what the card looks like when you open it up. Isn't it gorgeous? So I also made this card going the horizontal way. Same card, just turn the card. So instead of it going like this, it goes like this. So beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to be using the early espresso for my card base, and I'm going to cut that with you. So let me give you the other measurements. The Very Vanilla, for the inside, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece is cut at 3 by 3. This early espresso is cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then this piece of crumb cake is cut at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so this is your 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to score this in half. Get my bone folder. So I'm going to score this in half at 4 1/4, and this is on the 8 1/2 inch side across the top. Then I'm going to slide it down to 6 1/4, and I'm going to cut. Then I'm going to turn it on the 11 inch side, and I'm going to cut this in half at 5 1/2, and this is going to make 2 of your bases for your cards. So there's one, and there's one. Okay, so this is the base of your card. We just have 2 cut. All right, so let's go ahead and move the trimmer. So we got our grid paper. Now we're going to bring in our Very Vanilla pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and first stamp with the early espresso. And the stamp set I'm using is called Night in Bethlehem. This is also available in a bundle with the Bethlehem edgelets. You can purchase them together and save 10%. All those stamps on a block. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and stamp our greeting. Blessed Christmas Wishes. This is going to be for the front panel right here. This is the 3 by 3 piece. I'm going to stamp that right about there. Okay, then we're going to stamp the Rejoicing in Christ on the inside panel. Stamp that right about there. Then we're going to take the little stars. Stamp a couple of those. Now we're going to do some embossing. Okay, so we're going to get our Versamark ink pad, and we're going to take our Embossing Buddy, and on the centerpiece on the inside of the card, I'm going to run the Embossing Buddy across the bottom section of the Very Vanilla, because this is where we're going to be stamping. And the Embossing Buddy prevents static. And we're going to stamp the star up here at the top. Stamp Mary and Joseph down here. Okay, then we're going to take our little town. I'm going to stamp this across the bottom. Now we're going to grab our clear embossing powder, and we're going to sprinkle this across the embossed area. You're not going to be able to see it in the camera, but it is stamped right there. We're going to add the powder. Okay. Now we're going to grab our heat tool. Okay, so we're going to grab our heat tool, and we're going to heat set the embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have both of our pieces embossed. You can tell that it's a little shiny down here. So now we're going to go ahead and sponge over top of them, and we're going to use the Crumb Cake Classic ink, and we're going to use the early espresso. Okay, so first we're going to use the crumb cake, and we're just going to apply a light coat of the crumb cake pretty much all over the front panel. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now the second piece, the inside, we're going to sponge definitely the bottom, but then just lightly fan it upward. You can also use your sponge brayer. I'll show you that here. So you can just ink that sponge brayer up. You get 2 handles and 4 sponges in a package when you purchase the sponge brayer. And I'm picking the brayer up and inking it, and I'm rolling it at the same time. So it looks like I'm just going back and forth, but I'm actually picking that up to pick the ink up. So you can roll this across your city at the very bottom edge, just like that. Okay, so you just want to do the bottom section of your very vanilla piece on the inside. Then we're going to grab our early espresso. Now this part I'm going to sponge right over top of the city and then also the images on the front panel. I'm going to gradually bring that up into the crumb cake so it kind of blends into the top part, just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let's do this section. Isn't that gorgeous? Now if you want to, you can take a napkin. I'm using a paper towel, and you want to buff over the part where we embossed, just to remove that ink, and it will make the images pop even more underneath there. Okay, so that's it. Now it's just a matter of decorating the card. So let's grab our other pieces. Okay, so this is our crumb cake piece. We're going to do some stamping. We're going to stamp the stars. I'm going to stamp a couple times along the top and the bottom. And then we're going to also sponge the edges. Okay, so I think that's all the stamping. Okay, so let's go ahead and layer our pieces together. We're going to layer this onto the 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch early espresso. Okay, so then this section is going to go right over top of that. Just going to put adhesive on the back side of this side only, so it sticks to this panel right there. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. This is the horizontal version. Beautiful. Okay, so let me show you the ones that I made for my swaps. So here they are. Oh my gosh, aren't they pretty? Okay, so that's how you make that Emboss Resist card using the Night in Bethlehem stamp set. Now I have all the items listed below for easy shopping, and then also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye.